Wow, right off the bat, there's a weird shorts remixing this video. I don't even know what that is. It's some weird card game. Anyways, so yeah, my friends have been talking about it as well. Concord. Apparently it's shutting down. We're gonna go ahead and see and react to it. Uh, I call him Charlie. I don't know why. I should be saying moist critical or something, huh? Does anyone ever call him penguin? Anyways, we're getting off topic. We're gonna go ahead and see what's going on. This garbage supposed game.
Realize how lucky
Wait, how's the volume? He's actually kind of quiet, so we're turning it up a bit.
you are to be alive right now, to exist at the same time as Concord. You are alive at a time that people will talk about for centuries to come. You get to witness the biggest failure in gaming. Not only the
Wait,
biggest
is it the biggest failure? Let me think. I feel like there's... Okay, there has been some pretty bad ones, so this must be all the more worse. So I look forward to this already.
failure in gaming, but undoubtedly one of the biggest failures in all of entertainment. PlayStation just announced that there are
Why did it suddenly get so loud? Okay, you're...
already shutting down Concord in 3 days from now. That's the doomsday for all 9 people
That's
still
insane.
inhabiting that barren wasteland. The game didn't even survive 2 full weeks. I probably could have lasted longer on a deserted island with only fucking coconuts to satiate me. This game just barely squeaked over a week.
Wow, good job, guys. You broke the world record of being the worst game in history. At first, I thought Golem was pretty bad, but this is something else.
Of life. And life is a term I'm using very loosely because this game was never alive to begin with. It was dead on arrival. 660 all-time peak, and even right now with this news...
Oh my goodness, that is ooh, that is, I'd say unfortunate, but just the way the art designs went and everything, I could see why it failed. So
it's going to be shutting down. Not even those 660 people bothered to flock to it to get like one last ride in there, one little ooh-rah before it sails off into the sunset. I imagine most of those players probably already refunded the game because it was a $40 game that was a watered-down, worse version of all of its free counterparts that it was trying to suckle from the teats of. It was an embarrassing flop that everyone with eyes...
Like, I can't believe I'll say this, but I'd rather play Overwatch. Anyways, let's continue.
Saw coming from a mile away, except for Sony, it seems. 8 years in development, millions upon millions.
Yeah, Sony, let's just totally fire all the good people and like the good games and like, you know, make your own and mess that up too. Good call.
Of dollars in the shitter here, only for the game to exist for barely over a week. A loaf of bread lasts longer than Concord did, and they're pulling the plug
so
on it
true.
already. It should have never even released in the first place. This was a complete waste of 8 years of time and money. It is rough. This is a harder flop than my cock under your mother's chin. I do not, and I said this last time, I do not know who this game was ever made for. Because the audience it tries to appeal to was never going to switch to this game because it's already $40. You've already lost that battle. Because all of the other games in that genre are free.
Yeah, so the only way to have done that would have been like make the game good, not inclusive, but rather just make it good, right?
So it was a surprise to no one that when this game...
Like, I'll be honest, I think instead of the inclusivity thing, I feel like they would have still like at least made something. Like, I mean, people were definitely still crapped on the game, right? No matter what. Because, you know, not including it. But, hear me out. Even when it's not included, I honestly do think that the game would have actually done better. I know, crazy. Totally a hot take. Supposedly, probably not.
dropped, its player count sucked shit through a crazy straw. Nobody was asking for this. There wasn't a demand for it. There was no one lining up to purchase this. This was something nobody wanted, like a lump of coal for Christmas. It really is not a shocker that this game never breached 700 players. Its peak was 660. That is pathetic. That is laughable. If you go into like Steam dumpster diving, you can just throw a
You know who the people that's actually playing the game right now? It's the people that are trash gamers. Not like calling them trash gamers, but they're specifically people that play trash games. Like, that is a thing, by the way.
fucking dart at your computer monitor, and whatever game it lands on that you've never heard of, like fucking Glorbus's Hemorrhoid Adventure, that probably had more than 660 players at some point. It is hard to find a game that had this little hype around it. Like, playing Concord was like going into an empty Burger King. This whole thing was just sad. And now they're already pulling the plug on
I've
it.
actually gone into an empty Burger King. It was actually sad. The place actually shut down for like a whole decade, and it moved to a new building spot that's like 3 blocks the other way.
Less than 2 weeks after it's been out. I also love the way they start their statement, Concord fans, as if any of those exist.
Concord fans. I guess they don't even know the audience that was on the game.
You'd be more likely to find aliens than Concord fans. We've been listening closely to your feedback since the launch of Concord on PlayStation 5 and PC, and want to thank everyone who has joined the journey aboard the North Star. You could have just sent all of them a DM. Like, there's not many of them.
That
You
is
could have
so
easily
funny.
reached them
That's so
directly.
true.
Your support and the passionate community that has grown around the game has meant the world to us. I don't know where that community is, I'm going to be honest. The only passion I see in regards to Concord is people passionately shitting on it.
I feel like there was passion in the beginning when the game was coming out, kinda. Like, the concept arts and all that was like, that was like, yes. But then, like, once it actually came out, ooh. I feel bad with the artists that actually did a good job for their stuff, but then was told, no, do it again. And, well, look at the result of that, having to do it again. You guys pleased with yourselves?
And laughing at it, because it is a spectacle how badly this game flopped. However, while the many qualities of the experience resonated with players, we also recognize that other aspects of the game and our initial launch didn't land the way we'd intended. Therefore, at this time we've
I
decided
can't believe they thought it would actually... You never mind.
to take the game offline beginning September 6, 2024, and explore options including those that will better reach our players. While we determine the best path ahead, Concord sales will cease immediately, and we'll begin to offer a full refund for all gamers who have purchased the game for PS5 or PC. If you purchase the game for PS5 from the PlayStation Store or PlayStation Direct, a refund will be issued back to your original payment method. It is
I feel like even if you got like a... Wait, do they still do that? Do they do like CDs and stuff still? Because if so, like, you should get the money back and keep the case and just be like, this was the most garbage game, and then it become a collector's item of like the worst game ever.
exceptionally rare to see something fail to this degree. Millions upon millions of dollars invested in this project over the course of 8 years with a big team of people working on it, and they get like 30 grand in sales from PC. Relative to what they spent on this project, that $30,000 return is incomprehensibly tiny. They released a wet fart that will be talked about in economics courses, I think, for eons to come. To put that in perspective, that $30,000 they made on PC sales for Concord most likely don't even cover a year's worth of electricity bills for the office building that their employees work out of.
That's so
I decided
true.
to look at a couple of numbers out of curiosity. So Firewalk has roughly 150 employees based on what I can find, and I can't find any information on the building they work out of, but let's just assume that they're working out of a mid-sized office building that's usually used for about 100 employees, and according
Turns out that all the employees actually work at home. That'd be crazy.
to these numbers here, a business will spend about $1.44 per square foot on electricity and 30 cents per square foot on natural gas. So an annual cost for a mid-sized office building of 20,000 square feet, which is used for about 100 employees, will come out to $34.8K. This was developed for 8 years, and what they made on PC doesn't even cover 1 year's worth of just electricity and energy costs. What?
They lost so much because of this. It's insane.
Fucking historic blunder. Now, I imagine a lot of the developers at Firewalk work remote, but even still, I imagine they have some kind of headquarters somewhere, and that building would not have even been able
I
to
mean, for
keep.
sure, there's probably definitely a headquarters, unless that person was also remote and they just decided to do everything remote, which would be kind of odd, but it's fine. I mean, it does work for indie games, right? Indie game. This is a AAA company.
The lights on with the $30,000 that this game made. So it never even came close to breaking a profit. It wasn't even in the same universe as the word profit. I can't think of anything else that has ever flopped this hard. This is just crazy. It's already getting the plug pulled after just 10 days. So, yeah, I am beyond surprised because I thought they'd at least ride this as much as they could, like trying to update the game, like desperately trying to get some players to buy into it. Like, I thought this would go at least 6 months, like a full season or something of the game.
They couldn't even pull a Final Fantasy.
But it didn't even make it like a full 2 weeks. It blows my mind. Like, I'm not surprised by how poorly it performed. I am surprised it performed this poorly because even like no matter how bad a AAA game is, people will mindlessly buy it. Except when it comes to Concord. That is how little interest there was in
Exactly.
a game like
Imagine
this.
like a AAA gotcha game. That would like surpass Concord. Like you could just do like a card game. You can literally just do a AAA card game and that would surpass Concord.
So that's going to be a big lesson for the gaming industry, I think. Or at least it should be. It probably won't. They'll probably make like a Concord 2 in a year or so because they most likely haven't learned anything valuable from this.
You know what I think is gonna happen? I guarantee like already there's gonna be people that's making a Concord spin-off or like a Concord remastered or like fan project or how Concord should have been. I guarantee there's already people already starting those projects. Like I'm saying it now, calling it now. I've watched a couple of months, even those projects shall come to light.
Speaking of value, if you want something actually valuable, pick up Godslap. Issue 6 just dropped. That's right, we're moving into the
Nice.
new arc of Godslap, and issue 6 is out right now. Pick up a copy at badegg.co. There's a link in the description. And also, if you're thirsty, Goof Juice is always available, baby. Gamersubs.gg/.
By the way, I know this is totally so Goof Juice. What do you guys think of it? Have you tried it? Is it any good? Let me know. I'm actually getting into those, so I kind of want to know what's the good flavors.
Moist. Link also in the description. Best flavor of any beverage ever. You can sip on some Goof Juice while reading your Godslap and looking as Concord it gets taken off of life support. Now, what I do think should happen
Just
as a
gets
result
pulled.
of this
Pull the plug.
public embarrassment that was Concord, the people that came up with the idea of making a hero shooter that's just the most derivative, generic, formulaic garbage, they are the ones that need to be held responsible the most. Those are the ones that should be fired. But we've seen time and time again that is never the case. When you reach a upper echelon position in an industry, you can only fail upwards. No matter how much money you lose, no matter how many times you stumble, fall, and cost the company greatly, you are always safe and only ever fail positively. Everyone underneath you gets punished. Like we saw this with John Risitiello at Unity. We just actually saw it with Suicide Squad. I just read the
This
other day
is
about
the
how they're laying off a
exception.
ton of like QA testers, even though it's not like the QA testers were responsible for Suicide Squad
That's-
being a dog shit
wow.
game. The people that made
Wow.
it a live service game and all of the other terrible ideas.
Unfortunate.
It's their fault, not the QA testers that were just making sure the game fucking functioned. Yet they're the ones that are being punished. They're the ones that are getting
That
spanked
sucks.
for it. It makes no sense. So in Concord's case, it shouldn't be just like the people that coded the game. Like, they had a project they were assigned to work on. They did their job. The game runs. Like, the game is functional. It's a serviceable game.
They
It's
did what they were supposed to. You just told them something else after they probably actually already made it better.
just not a good game, and it's a game nobody wanted. That is the problem of the people that brainstorm this, greenlight this, and then made the team work on it. So whoever came up with those ideas and pushed all this forward, those are the ones that are responsible for the
You know
tragic.
what's actually funny? I guarantee that they actually had the ideas and there was some good and like the team worked on it, right? I'm willing to bet the team worked on it and it was actually like playable, right? But then like the higher up people that was like still brainstorming was like, no, it's not good enough, which actually means it's not bad enough, right? Like I honestly think that's what happened.
Tragedy that is Concord. It should have never existed in the first place. But yeah, anyway, RIP to Concord. That's about it. See ya.
Wow.
I didn't know what to expect.
Rest in peace, Concord. Rest in pieces. Maybe actually, you know what? Not even rest in peace. Anguish. Understand what happened. Learn and commit into a better person. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. My reaction to it. If there's more stuff that, if there's more like garbage games that you want me to see, just hit me up. All right, I'll see you guys later. Peace.